Hey everybody, Motorpoet 59 here. I usually record 2, 3, 4, sometimes 5 videos at a time to put up. I schedule them to be posted, published each day. And wow, the news is just happening so fast lately. I'm gonna have to do something different here. Today, the Senate confirmed Amy Coney-Barrett as the next justice of the Supreme Court. Her swearing in as of right now hasn't happened, but that's just a formality. So the Republicans stood up, took charge, and did exactly what the Democrats would have done had the tables been turned. And we have Democrat elected representatives in Congress now making threats about how there are going to be consequences and the things that they'll do to stop this imbalance in the Supreme Court. These people need to read history. I did a deal a while back about people talking about President Trump being unpresidential, and I told you then, go read the history of our presidents. Very few of our presidents have been presidential. The Supreme Court has historically almost always been imbalanced. That is one of the big fights that the Republicans and the Democrats, or the Federalists and the Democrat Republicans way back, that is one of the fights they have had since the Supreme Court first came into existence. It's never been equal, and if it hasn't been equal for very long. That is the way that one side or the other get their way every once in a while, is having a justice or two more on their side than on the other side. And there's nothing unusual about it. There's nothing illegal about it. And there is certainly nothing that the Democrats can do about it. They can piss and moan and groan and cry like they always do, no matter what the issue is. They never have a realistic plan to move forward with something, and they never accept that they've been beaten. If they get beaten, there are lawsuits and there are accusations and there's impeachment hearings. This is how the Democrats operate. And it sounds like this is the same crap they're going to pull again. Amy Coney Barrett's going to be a Supreme Court justice, and all the moaning and groaning in the world isn't going to change that. And as I said, if the shoe were on the other foot, the Democrats would have done it, and all the moaning and groaning of the Republicans wouldn't have changed anything. The only difference is the Republicans wouldn't be out there saying there are going to be consequences. That's not the way the Republicans do things. They have said that if the Democrats were to keep talking about packing the Supreme Court, the Republicans are ready to move toward another constitutional amendment to keep that from happening. And I think they should. We need to stop it with the whole sniveling and pissing and moaning about the Supreme Court. It is what it is. Live with it. Deal with it. Democrats, you can always hope that the next justice that passes away will be a Republican, and at that time you'll have the votes in the Senate to put in a Democrat or a liberal or whatever you want to call them, and you'll get your way. And that's just the way it'll be. The Republicans will have to deal with that. Okay, next. Joe Biden has quit. He has quit campaigning. He is no longer going to make public appearances between now and the election. I don't blame him, because he is making appearances and holding rallies, he and Harris, that no one's showing up to. I have yet to see a Biden or Harris or Biden-Harris rally that has attracted more than a couple hundred people. Most of them don't attract that. A lot of the rallies that have been held over the last few weeks have been crashed by Trump supporters. Trump has been having rallies that he's not even at. He's not even there. And thousands of people are showing up just to show their support of Donald Trump and the Republicans. The Democrats have absolutely no such support. It's incredible. I read a piece that said that Kamala Harris actually made an appearance at a polling station and was trying to talk to people who were in line to vote. That is against the law. I don't know if it's true. Just because it was in the news doesn't mean it really happened or happened that way. I'm not sure. But if that is the case, if that's how desperate they are that she is going to polling places and violating election laws, that's pretty funny. People who are in line at polling places have already made the decision about who they're going to vote for. You're not going to go out there and get somebody to change their mind. And that goes for both parties. It's incredible, but I think it's hilarious that he has given up. Next, the polls that, even the ones that were obviously slanted to the left for Joe Biden, that showed him up as much as 14 points a few weeks ago. I did a piece on the polls. That's going to come later, though, about how I don't trust polls, and you shouldn't either. But even those polls have him down now. At the best, at the very best, in a tie. And I don't think that Biden can win a tie. But remember, the polls have been wrong in a boatload of elections, especially the elections since 2000. I don't know. I think the 2008 election, the polls pretty much stayed correct through the election. But in 2012, a lot of polls showed Barack Obama losing that election. Hillary Clinton was supposed to win in a landslide up to election day. She was way ahead in the polls. Biden's had the Hunter Biden thing, the laptop deal going on. I don't know if that has anything to do with him not wanting to do appearances anymore, so he doesn't have to answer questions about that because they're going to throw them at him. I subscribe to a channel, which I'll link in the description below, called Dr. Steve Turley, and he made a statement, and I really never thought about it until I heard him say it, but it's absolutely true. No one in this election is voting for Joe Biden. People are either voting for Trump or they're voting against Trump, but no one's voting for Joe Biden. No one wants Joe Biden to be president. The man he's a lost cause. He is a liar, a blatant liar. You see these websites that say Donald J. Trump has told 13,426 lies since the day he was elected. Well, I don't think that's accurate, but I know that Joe Biden has been caught lying just since the election started about his stance on things. One of those things is the oil industry. He was against it. We were going to get rid of fossil fuels. We were going to get rid of fracking. But now he and Harris are both saying, no, we never said that. No, we're not going to stop fracking. Yes, they will. If they get in office, they will stop fracking. They will make it so difficult to recover oil, so costly, and so tied up in red tape that people aren't going to want to do it. It's almost like that in California right now, but that will be a nationwide thing should they get in office. I don't know. What do you think about Amy Coney-Barrett? What do you think about Biden dropping out? What do you think about the polls? Let me know in the comments below. Shoot me an email at motopoet59@gmail.com. Like, share, subscribe, click on the bell if you want to be notified of future content, and we'll see you all later.